You know, from songs like Maggie May to Fly Me to the Moon, Rod Stewart has sung them all. And considering he sold over 250 million records, I'd say he's sung them rather well. Okay? And his new CD is called Fly Me to the Moon, The Great American Songbook, Volume 5. And it's out now. Welcome to my show, Rod.
Thank you, Joy. Thank you for having me.
It was lovely to see you at The View, but I like seeing you here close up like this.
We can get personal now, can't we?
That's right, baby. Listen, we're in the same age bracket. I know that my eggs are dried up, and so you're not interested, but still.
Well, my sperm is still pretty useful.
I've heard about your sperm. Your sperm is quite useful.
It's been very useful over the years.
Oh, I know. I mean, you're on number 8 child.
Yeah, 8.
The baby is in utero at the moment.
Yeah, she's 4 months pregnant now.
The wife,
yeah,
who's a lovely blonde.
Isn't she just? Yeah.
Isn't she just? But aren't they all just?
Yeah, she's. She carries it very well because she's 6'3", you know. So
yes,
it's not quite so bad if you're a little dodgy person. It makes you look. She carries it really well.
But it shows that you're a secure male because you don't care that you know she's so much bigger than you, taller than you.
No, it doesn't worry me at all.
It doesn't.
It worries my manager a lot because every time he sees pictures of us in the papers, he goes, "Will you please walk in the front? Let her walk behind. She can't wear high heels." You know, he gets so worried about it.
Oh,
it's what it is.
It's like Sarkozy. He's got that tall wife, Carla Bruni, and but
he's a short ass.
He's dwarfish. Yeah,
he's very short. Yeah, I'm 5'11". Want to have a measure?
She could eat escargot off his head.
Oh, hey!
Hey, yo! But, you know, Elton John, who just did a concert this week at the Beacon, I understand, Whoopi was carrying on over it, but he said that you are the best singer he's heard in rock and roll.
Quite right.
That's quite a compliment. Isn't that a good? That's a good compliment.
Yeah, it is a lovely compliment.
But now you've morphed into singing standards, which a lot of people who listen to Seriously Sinatra on Sirius Radio, like myself, love that kind of music. And to me, you bring a different kind of, what's the word?
Contemporary.
Yeah, contemporary and a more guttural sort of voice. I just like it.
Good, thank you.
I do.
That was the intentions. You know, Sinatra did it his way, and I'm doing it this way.
That's right. Well, you know, but one of the great things is when you listen to standards, you know, you have Ella Fitzgerald will do it one way, then Dinah Washington, then Sarah, Mel Torme, and you, and Frank. It's all different.
Yeah,
absolutely. And yet all of the songs sound great.
Yeah, they do. They just, you know, as we spoke earlier, they don't write them like this anymore. I know it's an old cliche, but you know, when we were doing the other show earlier on, you could see my guitar players who were pretty accomplished guitar players, but they had their specs on, and they just have to watch these chords are just fantastic. You know, you don't get those chords and riffs in rock and roll. It's a very sophisticated music.
Yes, but I'm a big fan of, you know, Maggie May and all those songs too. I love those.
1971, Maggie May was
I know,
here.
I was such a baby in those days. You've said that these songs are like chocolate. What do you mean by that?
Chocolate?
Yeah, that's a quote we found. Did you not say
No, I didn't say that.
All right, let's move on. Okay, let's talk about you. Because, you know, in the previous conversation I had with you, we were talking about your throat cancer that you had in 2000.
Thyroid cancer. It wasn't
thyroid.
Throat cancer,
it wasn't throat cancer. So thyroid cancer, but I didn't know that you would lose your voice with thyroid cancer.
Oh, yeah, because, you know, they split you open from here to here. And in doing so, you know, they tear through the muscles that control the vocal box.
I see.
So, therefore, you have muscle memory loss. So you have to teach yourself to sing all over again. It took me 9 or 10 months. You know,
9 or 10 months of what?
Just practicing, you know, I'd go in and sing, say, Maggie, wake up, Maggie, I think I got... Oh, and my voice is gone again. The next day I go, wake up, Maggie, I think I got something to say to you. It's late September. Oh, it's gone again. Until I could sing all of Maggie May and all of the repertoire.
So you had to work up to it again?
Yeah, yeah.
And did you have chemo or radiation?
No chemo. I was so lucky because I have a checkup, you know, every year, which I recommend people to do if they can afford it, 'cause it's expensive. But they just found this little nodule and decided to play safe and go and cut it out.
Oh, so that's what they did. So they just cut it out in the early stages, but it still destroyed your voice for a while.
Yeah, yeah, it did.
So that must have been a terrifying time for you.
Oh, it was horrible, you know, I didn't know what I was going to do. I thought, well, you know what, I'm not trained for anything else, so I thought I'd become a landscape gardener.
A landscaper. Why that?
I don't know.
I know the English love their gardens, but where did this come from?
Well, I do, you know, I have lovely gardens, and that was the first thing that came into my head, and I love being near the earth, you know, so landscape gardening, can you see it? Stewart and Sons, landscape gardeners.
I mean, really, when you think about it, all of us in show business, we're so used to showbiz. I don't know, what am I going to do? Go to law school at this point? You know, what are you supposed to do?
Well, we're vulnerable as well, you know, because you always think, I don't know about you, you always think someone's going to tap you on the shoulder and say, all right, can I have it all back now?
I know.
You know.
Well, you have so much success under your belt. I don't think that would ever happen to you at this point. No. But I think it is a panicking thing to feel that.
Is.
So let's see. You're going to be a dad. We talked about it a little bit for the 8th time. And are you a different father now? Because you have... How old is your oldest?
The eldest one is in her 40s.
She's in her 40s.
Although I'm the biological father, she was put up for adoption when I was 17 or 18, I think.
Oh, it was one of those.
Yeah, it was one of those. I was absolutely stone broke. I mean, I didn't have a pot to piss in.
And stoned probably too, right?
A little bit stoned. And guys laughing here. And so she was put up for adoption and only found out who her father was about 15 years ago.
Really?
But she still had her mother and father who looked after her, so I didn't want to get involved in
So she was put up for adoption?
Yeah.
So the mother of the child, did she have a rapprochement with the mother?
The mother told her who her father was.
Oh.
So, but since her mum and dad have died, obviously I'm the biological father, we've tried to come together and be close together, and it's working out pretty well.
That's great.
But, you know, I never felt like I was her dad because I didn't take her to school, didn't change her nappies, there was no maternal thing there.
Yeah.
But I'm trying.
You're trying to make up for it now, yeah. But listen, it's a great thing that you had that at the end of the day. You have each other now, and I'm sure she apprecies it. And to have a really extremely wealthy daddy like you is no small thing.
Don't mention her, she don't know I'm wealthy.
Well, I mean, come on. I wouldn't turn my back on Daddy Warbucks either, you know, if you were my daddy.
She's been good like that, though. She hasn't asked me for nothing. I'll send her a little something now and then, keep her going.
Yeah, of course. So, what about the rest of the kids?
They're all tremendous, all wonderful. Ruby's an aspiring musician. Liam looks like he's going to be playing hockey. Renee's dancing.
Yeah.
Kimberly's studying political science. They're all up to... The other one's only 4, and the other one's in here, so I think that's the lot. I've forgotten any?
I don't know.
That's the 8, yeah.
Yeah, have you had any trouble with any of them? They all
a little bit of trouble now and then, you know, just, you know, youthful teenage spirit, which we've all done a little bit of trouble.
You have one kid who was in trouble this week, I think, right?
Sean.
Yeah, what happened to him?
He was in prison last night, bless him, but it was all a mistake.
In prison or jail?
Yeah, no, he was in the police station.
Oh, police station,
It's
a little different from prison.
In fact, I spent a night in that police station. I know it's very comfortable.
Yeah. What, do you have a DUI or something? Did you really?
No, it was. They stopped me
What were you in there for?
They stopped me in Beverly Hills. I was driving, and they accused me of being drunk. I said, look, guys, I'm playing soccer tomorrow, football. I never drink on Saturday night because I'm playing in the morning. So they all come with me, you know, they took me in. They kept me in there for about 6 or 7 hours. My lawyer had to come and get me out.
Oh.
But, you know, I was clean.
Maybe they stopped you because you're Rod Stewart.
I think that had a bit to do with it as well.
Had a bit to do with it, is right.
But anyway, he let me clear up my son's problem. It was all a big mistake because they thought his licence had run out, but it hasn't, so they let him go.
Oh, so it's a big nothing.
Yeah, so we let him spend a few hours in the Nick doing good, you know.
The Nick, I love it.
The Nick.
I love the Brits. I do.
Right,
I like the Brits. I'm a real Anglophile. I watch Masterpiece Theatre, Masterpiece Mystery. I love all the Brits. They come up with fantastic work.
They do. They do. We're a very proud nation.
Okay, well, we're just getting started here, so we'll have more with Rod Stewart on the way. Don't go away. I'm back with singer Rod Stewart. His new album, The Great American Songbook, Volume 5, is out now. You know, you were grooving to that a little bit. And when you made that, how old were you when you made that song?
In 1979, I'd have been in my late 30s at night.
You were in your late 30s?
Yeah.
So what kind of flack did you get for that? You know, if you like my body, if you think I'm sexy.
Well, if you listen to the lyrics, as I found myself explaining so many times,
Did you?
It's in the third person. I'm writing about 2 other people.
Oh, but no one catches that.
The critics didn't get it. You know, it did give me a lot of stick, but people love it now.
It's a terrific song.
It's a song that was like part of the disco era, so you know, people love it when I play it now.
Maybe like when you're 85, you could just slow down the beat.
No.
If you
No.
think I'm sexy and you have my nappies. So, but you know, a lot of rock and roll guys are still grooving. I mean, look at Mick Jagger. I saw them in, I don't know where it was, in Jersey, I guess, a couple of years ago. You know, I mean, how old are they now? They're selling out handicap parking, okay? It's unbelievable how long they're going.
They're still the best rock and roll band in the world, in my opinion.
Fantastic.
They're fantastic. I got a lot of time from them. Because Woody, who's in the band, we used to be in the Faces together. So.
Oh. But Keith Richards has written a book, you know, about Mick.
About Mick's Winkle.
He says he's not well endowed at all. And then Jerry Hall, who should know, came through and said, oh, no, he's quite...
I personally think... I think
what do you call it, a winkle?
Winkle, yeah. I'm on the television, it's a family show.
Okay.
I think the Stones are very good at controversy. They've made, you know, for years and years, and I'm sure Mick and Keith are having a good laugh about it.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
Well, Mick didn't get upset. The only thing he's, allegedly what I read, the only thing that upset him is that Keith said he had a voice coach. That really ticked him off.
Oh, I can't imagine he had a voice coach.
Well, that's probably why he got mad.
I have a voice coach, but only in so much as to make my voice stronger, so I can sing for 5 nights a week, 2 hours. That's all.
Right. Yeah. Do you sing from your throat mostly, or from your diaphragm?
Everybody sings from their diaphragm. You know, when I go for a high note, you probably notice I have to throw my head back, and Phil Collins does as well.
Oh, he does?
Technically, that's not how you should sing, but we do, and we've made a few shillings at it.
Exactly. Okay, now let's talk about Dancing with the Stars and American Idol. I know that they both originated in the UK.
Yeah.
Why is it that the UK has all these great shows and then we just steal them?
Well, I think it works the other way around. I think we've stolen a few things from America. Yeah, I can't
Law and Order,
name them
I
off
think.
the top of my head. Yeah, Law and Order.
I think Law and Order, because I saw Brenda Blethyn the other night in Law and Order, and yeah, that's true. But you were on there, right?
Yeah,
you were on there.
I've done all those shows.
You've done them all. Do you enjoy that?
I do. I especially enjoy American Idol and the X Factor, simply because I think it's a good vehicle for young kids. Because so many mates that I've known, you know, haven't had a chance to break through, and that TV slot does give them a chance to break through. Otherwise, you know, some of the talent's terrible.
But do you really think that, like, let's take Ella Fitzgerald. We were talking about Ella Fitzgerald, Dinah Washington, Sarah Vaughan. Do you think that they would make it on American Idol because they were not beautiful? You have to look good also these days. You can't just be a great singer.
Hard one to answer. I mean, I always thought Ella was very good looking in her day, you know, when she was young. But, you know, it's image-driven business now, so perhaps maybe they wouldn't. I certainly wouldn't have done any good, you know, because I'd have had to go around the pub for an hour and get drunk and go on. You know.
Well, you were scared?
Yeah, I was terribly scared.
Well, you had stage fright.
Oh, man, yeah.
How did you get over it? Alcohol and drugs. I
still haven't got over it. What are you talking about? Give us a drink.
No, but I think that MTV just ruined, in a certain way, ruined the music business back in the day, because all of a sudden you had to dance, you had to sing, you had to be curvy, you had to have perky boobs, everything. It didn't seem right to me.
Yeah, I don't know if the music business is in the healthiest state it's ever been in. That's the wonderful thing about rock and roll, though. You know, it's a small little spectrum, and it goes round and round and keeps sort of trying to reinvent itself. But that's the beauty of it, I think.
That's true. Now, you once played for 3.5 million fans.
5.4.
Oh, I have that wrong.
Yeah, Guinness Book of Records.
5.4 million fans live on New Year's Eve in Rio. Now, you said you had stage fright. What about that?
Well, it was, you know, stage fright was in the early days. I got over it eventually when you know people love you in the audience. It makes it easier.
Give it to me
But
now.
that was on Copacabana Beach. You ever been there?
No,
It's like a horseshoe like that. So we were at one end of the horseshoe, and the millions of people went all the way around the horseshoe. In fact, when we came off the stage and played the last note and got in the cars to leave, they were hearing that last note at the other end of the beach.
Wow.
Extraordinary, extraordinary.
So that was one of your great moments, I guess.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
It is easier when the audience knows you and loves you than when you're still making your bones, I guess.
Yeah,
so, yeah, that's true. And the hair, let's talk about the hair. I have some...
It's all mine, have a go.
I know it is. Very nice, yes.
Yeah, still there.
It looks great. And where'd you get this spiky idea from?
I can't remember. I really can't remember. I'm sure I copied somebody way back.
You know what's fascinating about your hair? I just touched it. No mousse. I can't
hardly any.
No mousse. How do you keep it straight up like that?
I'll dry it upside down. Let me show you.
Go
I'll
ahead,
do the hair dry and I'll just go... Like that. Are you watching?
Yeah. They
I
see
just
you.
draw it upside down.
And then it just goes straight up.
goes
Yeah.
I've tried other hairstyles, all to no avail, because it won't sit down.
No, this is you.
Good.
This is you. Okay, I have a few Twitter questions, which we're going to do in the next segment also, but let's start with you, with a couple of them, all right? Because these are, people love you and write into the Twitter pages, et cetera, and they want to ask, sir, how do you stay so young and sexy looking? That's what someone wants to know. I didn't write that,
Well,
neither did any of your wives.
You know, I mean, I look in the mirror sometimes and it's dreadful.
But I mean, there's your fans. They think you're sexy and young
Oh, well,
looking.
that's very...
You do look great.
I do take... I take a lot of pride in what I look like, and I work out. I do work out a lot.
What kind of workout do you do?
I have a trainer. I've had him for about 12, 13 years, and we'll do cardio 3 days a week and weightlifting for a couple of days a week, and I'll play football, still play
That's
football.
That's a lot of working
Sunday.
out.
Yeah.
5 days a week of working out.
5 days a week, just for an hour.
Do you watch what you eat?
Pretty good, yeah, pretty good. I want to keep the arteries open so I don't, you know, try to eat less fatty foods.
Right.
And,
I think
I'm a bit paranoid about my health. I mean, there's one thing
paranoid?
I'm scared of is getting sick.
Well, everyone's scared of that.
Yeah,
You're not
well,
alone. I mean, who wants to ever get
I
sick?
go, got to get down to Harley Street. Oh, there's an acre of pain, you know.
But are you a hypochondriac a little bit?
Close.
Yeah.
Yeah, close. I think I'm getting close to that now, yeah.
Well, as you get older, the more things can happen to you.
I love life. I want to be here a long
I
time.
know. Well, nobody wants to leave the party, Rod.
Exactly.
I know. Okay, we'll be back in a couple of minutes with Rod Stewart.
How are we doing?
I'm back with Rod Stewart. Here's a couple of other Twitter questions for you. This one, probably everyone's always asked you this, but I have never heard the answer, so I want to know, who was Maggie May?
So this was a lady that was about, I think, 10 years older than me. It took my virginity at a jazz festival in England.
Just like the song.
Yeah, it is. I don't know if her name was Maggie, but...
So it really happened to you?
Yeah, it was a very quick encounter.
Well, the way you sing the song, though, it sounds as though she was holding you there. And...
No. It's, you know, you have to license to roam off. But it was, I left a nasty stain and it was all over.
Oh. Well, when you say, I wish I'd never seen your face, did you really mean
No,
that?
no.
No, you didn't.
You know what? I can't even remember her face.
No, who can remember?
You know?
Yeah.
I can't remember her face.
Exactly.
She was a redhead, though.
She was a redhead. That's a
Yeah.
question here. Why only blondes, my dear Rod? You should try brown or a redhead.
I have. You know, this is... I've been out with quite a few women that are not blonde.
But you don't marry them. All your wives are blonde. Am I right?
Yep, yeah. You know where it probably came from? Because when I was growing up, there was Bridget Bardot, there was Jane Mansfield and Marilyn Monroe. You know,
that's
so
right.
they were the three big bombshells.
They were
you know.
also not skinny. These like the skinny bitches that
they
are
were
around
proper
now.
women.
They had boobs. They had hips.
Man.
I know. Now it's like anorexia rules Hollywood.
Yeah.
Don't gasp, but have you ever considered doing a country song?
Oh, I'm going to do a country album.
Oh, yeah? Is that your next thing?
It's the one. I'm going to do a blues album and then a country album.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
You know what song I really like? I love that song, I Hope You Dance. You know that song?
Oh, that's a glorious song.
What's her name?
Yeah.
Womack.
Womack,
Very
yeah.
good. Do you still wear spandex? Someone What's up with that?
Spandex?
I know,
well, I
just
used to
hold
wear
you
them in the old
thin?
days. No, I used to wear spandex trousers.
Oh, the pants.
Yeah,
the
leopard
pants.
skin trousers.
You don't wear those anymore. And he said, if so, do you still own pink spandex? Did you wear pink ones?
Yeah, pink ones. With it would show, it was skin tight. It came across there and showed a nipple.
Oh.
And the other nipple was covered.
Oh, I see.
It was quite brazen.
Quite brazen. Okay, this one is really very, very intrusive. How many women have you been with?
Oh, I've got no idea. But, you know, that's the dumbest question ever. And I think people that say they've been with 5,000, they're lying.
They're lying.
You know, I never liked just shagging for the sake of it. I always enjoyed the chase and the romance.
Yeah,
and, you know, so...
But that's
many...
time-consuming, the chase and the romance, and then the shagging.
Yeah, I love it.
Better to just go right for the shagging.
No, not me, mate. I'm a romantic. I haven't had that many one-night stands.
No.
The teeth nearly fell out then.
Let's see. Oh, this is good. I have heard that Mr. Stewart plays his own music in the background while having sex. I need confirmation. True or false?
Absolutely false. Absolutely.
Whose music do you play? Ravel's Bolero?
Don't play any music. I have to concentrate. Make sure I get it right.
aren't
have
you?
music.
You know, I know that you're still very, very virile, and you have all. But aren't you happy that Viagra has come out just in time
I've never
as you
used it.
enter your later years?
Yeah, I haven't used it thus far. I
You don't have to
experimented with
yet.
it 10 years ago, and, you know, I just thought, this is not worth it, because it takes a lot of the feeling away from the end of the old chap, you know.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
What did you call
The
Mick
old
Jagger's?
It's a winkle.
The Winkle. Anyway, it's lovely to have you here. And
I thought you were trying to get rid of me. Okay,
No,
fine.
Then we have to go.
Oh, it's a shame.
You had some fun, though, right?
We did,
It
yeah.
was. Okay, his new album, Fly Me to the Moon, is out now. Good night, everybody. Pick up the album. It's really good.
Tonight, millions of people will go to sleep lying on something like this.
Coils